Hey guys, here's part 5. Now, this past Sunday, I did something I had never done before. I went to the movies by myself. I saw the movie Ant-Man. And it's a continuation of the Marvel Cinematic Universe where everything's connected with the Avengers. And I should mention ahead of time I saw 7 Mustangs. Now, the movie is about Scott Lang, a criminal, an ex-con who just got released from jail, and he's hoping to try to find a job to help support his young daughter, who looks up and adores him. She sees her dad as a hero, even though he's done some bad things. And one day he gets hired. His friends tell him about a possible job. Unfortunately, and he manages to use his thieving skills to break into a safe. But that safe didn't have any money or anything in it, just a suit that he ended up discovering could make him shrink to the size of an insect. And I should mention ahead of time, Scott Lang is played by Paul Rudd, and the woman who plays his ex-wife is Judy Greer, who was his wife in Knocked Up and This Is 40 movies. So it was a bit of a reunion. The movie also stars, anyway, Scott eventually meets Hank Pym, played by Michael Douglas, and Hank's daughter Hope, and who tell him that they need him to stop a guy named Darren Cross before he unleashes chaos on the world using a suit of armor called the Yellow Jacket, which in this case is like an evil, twisted version of the Ant-Man suit. And Darren is a bit. You could just tell that Darren is not quite right up here in the head. But anyway, Scott so Hank and Hope teach him how to use it. Not only how to fight, but also how to control the ants. In fact, he learns about the 4 different species of ants in particular he'll be working with. He bonds with one particular winged ant that becomes his mode of transportation. It's almost like a human and a dog, or a human and a horse. In fact, in one scene, he takes a dewdrop and gives it to the ant to feed him, and they become buddies. Now, the movie, I should mention, like the main connections to the Avengers are Haley Atwell reprising her role as Agent Carter, and I can't remember the guy's name, but he was on Mad Men. He played Howard Stark in the Iron Man 2 movie, particularly from the 1970s film reel and from the video, the film that Tony's watching when he basically gets emotional closure upon hearing hearing from his dad that Tony is his greatest creation. But anyway. And of course, you see the S.H.I.E.L.D. headquarters from the second Captain America movie that prior to it being destroyed, but in this case it was in mid-construction. But overall, this movie was amazing. I mean, the visual effects, the storyline. Oh, I should mention with the other Avengers connection, you had Falcon appear. In fact, in the commercials where he says, "I'm Ant-Man," that he was talking to him, and because he was sent to infiltrate a Stark facility, which turned out to be the new Avengers facility, and the two of them actually duke it out, and Scott actually wins, and he brags about having fought an Avenger and surviving. But I will not say when and where Stan the Man Lee appears. You'll have to see it. But also, you will have to stay after for mid credits and the whole credits, because in the mid credits there's something that indicates a sequel, which they are definitely going to be working on, and a connection to the upcoming Captain America sequel as well. And in fact, I like this movie so much. I actually hope to do an Ant-Man cosplay. And for those of you who don't know, also Scott Lang is the current Ant-Man in the comics. So Michael Douglas is Hank Pym, who's a lot older, and he lets Scott keep the suit. But like I said, I like this movie. I love everything about it. I can't wait to get it on DVD. I still need to see Thor 2, and I will have seen all the Avengers movies. This ends part 5. I got one more thing to talk about.